The Titans' new series of preseason shows will feature every team in Titan athletics at the start of their season. This show is designed and curated by broadcast students and student athletes to showcase the preparation and undertaking Titan athletes commit to. Anecdotes, accomplishments, and other special attributes are highlighted as well.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Titan Sports Network's Spring Preseason Show. I'm your host, Marissa Flores, and as we start to warm up for the spring, we're going to take a look at what teams are gearing up for conference play, including Titan Baseball, a brand new water polo team, and more. Today I'm joined by CSUF softball alum and pitcher Taylor Dawkins. Taylor, how are you feeling about your first spring preseason show?
I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for Marissa for having me, and I'm just so excited to be here, coming from the field to the studio. I'm just really excited to just be here and have this opportunity.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here, and I'm certainly glad you're going to be joining me today.
Thank you.
So let's get the ball rolling and kick things off with the team who's coming off of their 30th NCAA Regionals, Titan Softball. Carolyn Gill spent time with the team and has the report.
Thanks so much, Marissa. Now let's switch gears into softball. Now these are your Big West champions from last season, so I know there's plenty in store. Let's take a look at our softball team.
Our season is underway. The really exciting thing this season is we only graduated one senior, Jazzy, last year. So we have our core of starters returning. Our focus this season, not to sound like a cliche, but is to compete every pitch. If you take a look at our pre-conference schedule, you will see that we've got 18 Power 5 opponents scheduled. That's more than we've ever played, and that's how we prepare. We know that we're stronger when we're all working together. So we don't have to rely on any one thing. We're not, it's not just our pitching staff that's going to get us through. It's not just our offense, or our defense. But on any given day, what's exciting is that defense or pitching or our offense could really just throw us on their back and carry us to victory. And mark my words, it's going to be something different every game. And so I feel like we really have that understanding that it takes a full team and that we don't need perfection. We just need to keep competing every pitch.
Now that you've seen what this team has in store for us, let's meet some of the players. Megan Delgadillo, aka Cheese, is the heart, the soul, brings all the grit in every single game and practice. She inspires her players every day, and her coaches have loved to have her since freshman year. Let's meet Cheese.
My name is Megan, and I'm a junior on the Cal State Fullerton softball team.
Well, the interesting thing about Megan is as a ball player, she was really never a freshman. She kind of came in seasoned. She was an upperclassman from the get-go as far as her ability and her skill set, and fearless like an upperclassman.
I think a big thing is I want to bring the fun back to the game. A lot of our girls, they've been playing for a while. I haven't been playing as long as them. I've only started when I was 11, 12, and I want to bring that fun for everybody. So I try to joke, I try to laugh. You'll hear my laugh anywhere, and I've never stopped talking, never do anything like that. And just being out there is a joy to me. It's an escape from reality, escape from school, work, whatnot, and I think it's a light in my life.
Megan's one of those players that just, is a spark plug for our team. She's a leader on our team, not from off the field to on the field. She's a coach. She's one of our coaches, and we listen to her, and the players listen to her. If Coach Ford or myself are talking, she's just another coach on the field.
And I think coming here, I've built myself as a leader, I've built myself as a person, and I want to continue to do that. I think a big thing is we have a lot of talent on this team. We just want the best for each other. And if that's in life, that's in school, we're going to push each other no matter what. Each one of us are sisters, family. I have bridesmaids on this team without a doubt. And I think that's the biggest thing that these coaches want from us.
A ranking came out. She was ranked 99th best player in the whole country, which is a great accomplishment. But in her eyes, when I look at her and I congratulate her about being 99th, she was hungry to, I'm gonna be way up there, a lot further than 99.
When I finally got the stolen base record, it was let's not stop here. Let's keep going. I don't want to just have my name etched in the record book for a couple years. I want it for history, and I want to be that top dog. I want to use my speed. I want to use my God-given talents to make a name here. I want to make it in the United States. I want to make it in all NCAA. And I think last year was a big year for me to do that, but it doesn't stop. I'm going to do the best that I can, and I'm going to push people to bring them with me. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing my job. I'm not getting this team better, and it doesn't matter about my accolades or anything like that. It's about the team. We want Big West, but we don't want just Big West. We want regionals, we want super regionals, we want the World Series. And once it comes down to that, it's one thing at a time, one win at a time, one game at a time, one pitch at a time.
Those are certainly some huge goals, and if anyone can do it, I am positive that it is going to be our Titans softball team. And speaking of players like Megan, oh my gosh, I went to high school with her at Riverside Poly High School. She was amazing then. Coming here to Fullerton now, she's still amazing. She's number 24 in the country right now for outfielders. But let's talk a little bit about you, because I know you got to meet Megan a little bit and kind of know what she's about. What was it like playing with her?
I did. She is absolutely amazing. She brings so much to this team and this program. And, you know, every single day, she always brings a smile to her face. I even know that her family comes out and supports her at every game. They were large cheeseheads, and it's just really cool to see, you know, the community come around and just, you know, really just get to know her as a person on and off the field. I did play actually against her in high school. I remember kind of pitching against her, and she's always been a hard out. So it'll be really awesome to see what this next season holds, and kind of just go from there and see how well that she actually does each year that she gets better.
Certainly some exciting things happening over at Titans softball. And speaking of exciting things, we also have a completely brand new men's and women's water polo program.
This is the first season that Titans are going to have a women's water polo team. Their goal is to grow an amazing culture and make history here at Cal State Fullerton. Robbie Loya has more.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's a new era of Cal State Fullerton athletics, and what better way to start off this new era with a brand new water polo program, specifically women's water polo. And with that being said, however, this comes with a challenge, and that challenge is, of course, starting this team from scratch. And what better person to rely on than the first ever Cal State Fullerton women's water polo head coach, Kyle Witt.
As a coach, there's no greater challenge that this whole sporting world can provide than starting something from scratch.
After spending almost 20 years as a player and coach at Loyola Marymount University, Kyle Witt couldn't resist becoming a Titan, as the city of Fullerton has always felt like a second home to him.
Fullerton local. I've lived here for about 7 or 8 years. It's been a great experience living here. I've loved the community. I've loved the university. Everybody that's worked here so far has been great. Everyone I've interacted with has been fantastic. So that's been the first thing, is just kind of being a local person here at Cal State Fullerton.
However, starting this program came with a big challenge, recruiting a team in a short period of time. Recruitment started back in July. With only 6 months to prepare, Coach Witt had to rely on the current student body at CSUF to try to assemble a competitive team.
And we have a team of 16 student athletes that are here right now. Most of these student athletes are current students from on campus. So once the word got out, social media, word of mouth, people found out, started contacting me, and we started kind of vetting everybody, making sure they had enough water polo experience, aquatic experience, so they could come in and help our team, and really importantly, just help the fabric and the culture.
Senior student Jackie Nato was one of those eager athletes who did everything possible to represent the CSUF Women's Water Polo program.
So I emailed Coach Witt, and I emailed the principal, and I emailed everyone because I really wanted to be on this team.
Okay, let's go 450s. Backstroke.
Just like Jackie, another important piece to the puzzle is freshman and captain Mia Solorzano. Transferring from LMU, Mia sees CSUF as an exciting challenge and a chance to leave a long-lasting legacy at the university.
I came here, even though there's not a lot of people on the team with experience, because it's a great opportunity to make history and to kind of build a team from scratch and create a culture that's positive and I would say a lot better than many other schools have.
The stage is set for Cal State Fullerton's women's water polo, but before they swim into their season, they want to encourage their fans to come and embrace the Titan spirit.
I think that the fans should know that we have a really unique team. a lot of the girls came from campus and haven't played water polo in a while, but they're really strong, have really big hearts. So if you can put in as much as we put into the games, then that would be great, just by coming and supporting and being loud and just like showing your support.
We're certainly excited to see what water polo has in store for us. And now moving on to track and field. They're coming off of a great indoor season and heading out to the track for outdoor season now. We're looking forward to what's coming up for them in the Big West. David Dominguez reports on how they are approaching this season.
I'm here at the Cal State Fullerton track, where the team's been preparing all offseason to defend their Big West championship. Last season, the Titans made a ton of noise at the Big West Track and Field Championship. From Trinity Rurales placing first in the women's 1500 to Andrew Aguilar becoming Fullerton's very first decathlon champion, the Titans truly made their mark on the weekend. Perhaps no other event displayed Fullerton's dominance more than the men's 100-meter dash, where they swept the field for the first time in school history and covered the podium with Titans. The success ultimately led to the Titans winning their second consecutive Big West Men's Championship and first under new head coach Marcus Barroso. Coach Barroso became just the second head coach in program history last year after replacing John Elders, who coached the Titans for 33 years. Coach Barroso had huge shoes to fill, having to replace the man who built the program up and defend a Big West championship. But Barroso was up to the task and then some, as he was named the Big West Coach of the Year in his first season.
Well, it's a great honor to be named head coach after John Elders left. He was here for 33 years, so taking over for him and the success we've had over the last 5-6 years is a big task.
Coach Barroso and the Titans are just getting started as they prepare for another successful campaign in 2023 for both the men and women. Here is what Coach had to say about the expectations for this upcoming season.
I mean, the expectation is always to win, but also, as we're going through the process, our team is very young. So every meet that we go to, every practice, every training session that we do, every film session, it's just about learning and growing, making sure that we're taking those next steps to be the national caliber program I believe that we need to be.
From the looks of it, Coach Barroso and his team are ready to start the season and continue their success. In Fullerton, I'm David Dominguez.
I am so excited to watch the outdoor track and field and just to be a part of their season and just go out and help support them in any way. Coming up after this break, we'll check in on Cal State Fullerton's famous baseball team and their head coach to see what their expectations are for this upcoming season.
All of that, plus Titan golf and tennis are looking to make their marks. Don't go anywhere.
The Big West is back in Las Vegas. Don't miss the 2023 Hercules Tires Big West Basketball Championships, presented by the Hawaiian Islands, March 7th through the 11th at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. Catch the pulse-pounding action as 20 men's and women's teams battle to punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. Get the best seats in the house at FullertonTitansTickets.com or call 657-278-2783.
What a finish!
SA Recycling continues to promote the health of our environment, our economy, and our local community. We have taken great steps to ensure we make a difference. Recycling today saves up to 90% of greenhouse gases versus making steel from iron ore. It clearly is the single most important thing we can do to cut greenhouse gases. We're proud to be a part of the ports of Long Beach and Los Angeles, making a difference 1 ton at a time. SA Recycling.
The x-rays from your urgent care visit look good. Just stay off that leg, okay?
What about my rec team? I'm all they got.
Next season.
Thanks, Doc. Wow, you already scheduled my PT. I love doctors who work with athletes.
Does he know you tripped over a basketball?
That's a sports injury.
At Kaiser Permanente, we make getting care easy so you can get back on the court quicker.
This is a message from your Titans track and field team. We're hosting our annual Sprint to Spring fundraiser held February 25th at the Alumni House. With the purchase of a ticket, you'll be supporting the team and able to attend our live silent auction. If you wish to donate or attend the fundraiser, look for the link in the bio of all our social media pages at Fullerton Track and Field.
Hi, my name is Mia.
My name is Scott Spitzer.
My name is Whitney.
My name is Joe Albert Garcia.
My name is Max.
My name is Roy.
Hi, I'm Marissa. I'm a student at Cal State Fullerton.
I'm an associate professor of human services.
And these are my experiences. And these are my experiences. And these are my experiences.
And this is my experience with difficult conversations.
Welcome back. We continue with a look at Titan baseball, who have won their conference 30 times since they have started in 1975. This is Coach Dietrich's second year as head coach, and it's his goal to get his team back to the College World Series.
If there's one sport CSU Athletics is known for, is baseball. For 26 years in a row, Cal State Fullerton baseball never missed a postseason appearance. However, for the first time since 1975, the Titans are facing a 2-year drought from securing a spot in the playoffs. Head coach Jason Dietrich understands the importance of getting the Titans back on track for postseason baseball.
That's the last time I think they've been in the postseason, was 2018, and that's something that we know and we have in the back of our minds as a coaching staff.
This is Coach Dietrich's second year leading the Titans after spells at East Carolina and the University of Oregon as a pitching coach.
So we don't have a lot of the things that the Power Fives have, but Fullerton has a pride. They have a way of going about it. There's a lot of, if you ask all the alumni, it is the pride factor about wearing the uniform and about doing things right and about competing at a high level, and you don't care who's in the opposing dugout.
For this season, the Titans brought in a new recruiting class in hopes of refreshing the team and building for the future.
We did a good job of recruiting, bringing in about 22 new players with about 17 returning guys. So in essence, it's not a 1A, if that makes any sense. It's like our second year, but we have a lot of new guys that we're getting adapted to the program, the culture, our coaching philosophies and what have you. So the returners have done a great job. So what we're trying to do is just get everyone to understand what Titan baseball is about.
Captain and third baseman Zach Liu is one of those commanding voices in the dugout that Dietrich relies on to welcome new recruits into the program.
Some advice that I'd give to younger people or new guys is that it is very a long season, but it's to take one game at a time. I guess one at bat, one pitch, everything at a time, and not to look at the whole 56 game season, because each game is very important no matter what, and just to have fun and enjoy it, because you can't get that back.
The Titans believe that consistency and hard work are the key components to bringing success back to the program and urge fans back to the stands.
Fans just show out just because they don't see the behind the scenes of all the work that we put in. I mean, we put in a lot of work and time and effort, and it's just a product of all the hard work that we've put in.
Last season, the baseball and their record was 22-33. When I was interviewing Coach Dietrich, he was kind of just talking a little bit about making the guys better players and better people on and off the field. What do you think about that?
I think it's great to have him in the program. I mean, it's only his second season here. I know you mentioned last season the record was 22-33, which I know doesn't seem like it's not a winning record, and it's probably not the record we want as Titan fans, but he's brought in 22 new recruits this season. He's really focusing on building, like you said, making them better people also, but he's really focusing on bringing these players together. And like you said, we had a little bit of a drought, but I think what he's forming and what he's doing with this program, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen this season and if we can return to that point of fame and if we can get that reputation back, because I'd like to see us in another College World Series. I want Titan fans to be out there. I want them to be excited. I want the crowd, I want each seat to be filled again. And I don't know, I love Fullerton baseball and everything about it. So seeing what Dietrich is doing, I'm really excited to see how he's going to take it a step forward.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And also, talking a little bit about the baseball team and Coach Dietrich's experience with pitchers. He's going to be working with pitchers, and he's also going to be working with, the team. And just a little bit going back and forth and kind of just picking his brain a bit about what's going to be happening is going to be really exciting going into this next season.
Yeah, I know that must have been fun for you.
Yes.
Because you pitched on the softball
Definitely,
team.
yes.
And he actually used to be here at Fullerton. I know you mentioned as a pitching coach, so I'm sure you two probably had some great conversation being an old pitcher yourself.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they play out this season. We'll see how they perform. Like I said, it's a whole new team of recruits, so we'll just have to see how they perform out on the field.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, now let's get headed to a different kind of green, a putting green, and check out how Fullerton men's and women's golf is getting into the swing of things. Both of Cal State Fullerton's golf squads are returning to the green this spring, with 5 tournaments lined up for the women and 6 for the men, all before the highly anticipated Big West Championship. We last saw the men in action in the fall, where they placed top 10 in all 4 tournaments. Australian native Harry Doig had a successful fall performance with his team. That included his first ever individual title as a Titan at the Nick Watney Invitational in September. Coming from Australia, Doig was ecstatic to join the program under head coach Jason Drotter.
As much as golf is an individual sport, he emphasizes that we're playing as a team. And I think once I leave Fullerton and I go on to hopefully bigger and better things, I can kind of draw on those past experiences.
And nobody serves as a better example of using those experiences than that of women's head coach Catherine Hosh. Hosh was a former Titan golfer herself, but instead of holding the club, she now focuses on teaching her team the importance of hard work.
Because we don't really have much control over what happens at a golf tournament. We don't have control over how our competitors play. We don't have control over the weather, any of that, but we do have control over how hard we practice.
Both squads are optimistic about this spring, especially Harry Doig, who can only sum up the season in one word.
Patience. Just really focusing on the end goal, and the end goal is the Big West Championships and hopefully an NCAA title. So patience is really important, and I bring that into every season.
And as for Coach Hosh and her team,
I would say fun. When you're playing well, you have fun, and I feel like you can kind of reverse engineer it, and if you have fun, you'll play well. And I think that will help us when the going gets tough. We'll be able to have fun and enjoy the process.
Meeting all of the different players and recruits from all over the world, it was certainly fun to talk to them and had to be my favorite part. In chatting with them and getting to know more about them, they were so kind, and you can tell they're truly excited to be here competing Division I golf at Fullerton. Best of luck to both squads on the green this spring. Stepping off of the grass, let's head to the courts and move into tennis.
The Titan women's tennis team is hoping to build upon last season's success. Jeffrey Morris has the report.
Thanks, guys. Your Titans women's tennis team has a new head coach in Trang Nguyen. Back in 2009 to 2016, Nguyen was the women's #1 ranked tennis player in Vietnam. Her goal now at Cal State Fullerton is to see the program grow on and off the court, and of course, win a conference championship. Here's your women's tennis team.
The women's tennis team is coming off a competitive season, finishing 16-6 overall and 5-4 in Big West Conference, while Juliette Derries, Natalie Duffy, Camelia Garcia, Maria Nikitash, and Caitlin Taylor have returned this year. They welcome 2 transfers and 2 freshmen, along with a whole new coaching staff led by head coach Trang Nguyen McLean.
Vision for the program, of course, winning the Big West would be one big goal that we have, because that would be the first time in school history. Overall, we have seen the whole team grow as a unit. We saw a very big difference, everybody coming back after the break. It helps just to kind of rejuvenate and just being fresh coming in, being excited for the season. In the past, we have done a lot with a group of after school that we were able to teach them tennis. It is really helpful for not only our program to connecting with the community, but also to help our student athlete to appreciate what we have and empower our student athletes to just being very confident in themselves. I have told the team that I want this to be their team, and it's not just me telling them what to do. It's because that's not the way that we want to lead the team. When everybody's doing their best, we're gonna be able to be a stronger group and just building from it, so yeah.
I'm really excited to get a look at Titan Tennis as they start their next season. It was great to be back on campus, and thank you for all who have joined me, and I am Taylor Dawkins.
I'm Marissa Flores. Thank you all for joining us for another adaptation of Titan Sports Network's preseason show. Be sure to tune in and keep up with all of our teams this season. We're going to close now with a QR code that will link you to all of the spring schedules. So get your phones out, hit that camera app, and hold it to the QR code. Make sure to come out and support your great Titan athletes this season. Until next time.